How are we doing? I did not set up the full screen mode. Give me a second. I knew I forgot something. What else is new? One of these days I'll get it right. There we go. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to do a quick mic check before we get off to the final auto qualifier here. You sound good. Let's go. Y'all, we are on our final live qualifier. Well, that's not exactly true. So Qual G will be live, but it will not have any auto qualifying spots available. It is exclusively to earn a shot at the chopping block. This is the final qualifier where we will have any auto qualifying spots. And actually, we will actually know some of our top 32 matches as a result of this qual, because as you recall, we've had 6 qualifiers and 3 auto qualifiers in each one. So 16 versus 17 seed and 15 versus 18 seed will be decided today. Joining me on the comms today, it is a roommate of our favorite deity, Warehouse Jesus, the Looney Fox, and also winner of qualifier D, I believe, Uki Miyoshi. Both of you, thank you so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Should we take a look at this tracker?
Yes. This tracker's quite insane in my opinion.
Let's take a look at. I think Lance has a good view of the tracker. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. What's the first thing that comes to mind for you?
First thing that comes to mind to me with the way these seeds have been going, that one in STT.
Yes.
That to me screams avoid, and typically, but with the way that these seeds have been, and most of them, like I know the last 2 at least that I've either been a part of or have watched, there has been a proof on a one location, and that scares me that could be the case here. The 7-0 C is pretty big. I think that is another piece where how much is that going to push? And then the 6 in SP. The 6 in SP is probably the biggest concern. Yeah, exactly. It's the biggest concern because it is almost not guaranteed, but almost guaranteed that there's going to be stuff in SP2.
Looney, I'm so sorry for discussing something organizational. Do you want the in the Looney Fox, or is just Looney Fox okay?
Looney works just fine.
Looney without the Fox? All right, just Looney. Got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All good.
All right, back to the tracker.
I do want to point out that 5 in Disney Castle.
Yes.
That one is a personal concern of mine, because that comes down to, are the checks after mouse or are they before? Are people going to end up stacking the mouse in this particular seed?
So one thing that I'm noticing is you guys basically put everything down correctly. So I want to kind of circle back to the Space Paranoid 6 and Disney Castle 5. Space Paranoids in particular, if you have like the tools, the first visit takes no time, right? It's literally just grab the checks, do screens, grab more checks, hostile program, done. So 6 checks could be dead within a matter of 5 minutes in that world. If that world has a double proof or something, we could be seeing a potential go mode here.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely want to see a go mode. Those are always super exciting to watch.
See, I normally like to see go modes, but on some of these, I would be concerned to watch a go mode. It looks like they're getting underway as well.
They're getting underway, so just want to briefly introduce the 4 people we're starting out with. I think every single person we see on stream is doing their second qualifier today. We got Key of Time and Lands of Masters representing the KH content creators from the US up top. We've got Scud, who is among the Gemini Hero friend group and helped out with the Struggle tournament. Had an AGN seed in one of the earlier qualifies. Tracker was not giving him any favors whatsoever. And Subcon Jazz, who has played in Fresh Faces 1 as well, coming back for Fresh Faces 2, trying to auto-qualify in the second qualifier here.
Yeah, and I mean, so looking at these opening chests in GOA, the one big thing is there's an early draw, so that's an interesting thing because that's going to help with gathering, your HP, your MP, your money, and making things a little bit easier on some of the players if they equip it, especially if they're the types who do their equips. You're checking the GOA 3 instead of before.
So we got multiple starts here. Key of Time going to Twilight Town, chasing the big number. Scud went through Agrabah to do a Death Abuse. Subcon Jazz doing the Death Abuse in Beast Castle.
Scud looks like they're going to continue the Death Abuse chain. Get those out of the way nice and early.
Yeah, and I believe from watching some of the early qualifiers, Scud did this exact same start last time. He's very much about pushing the very quick death abuses and stuff like that, so that we know what's going on with those type of things. Because getting those out of the way in beginner, it's a lot more difficult to hold off on those because you're not taking as much damage. You get more health, you have more defense, and the enemies are doing less damage. So
I love the fact that we are currently seeing 4 separate worlds for everyone's start here, and how far everyone's wanting to push them too.
It's been so exciting to see 4 completely different starts because you get so much information right away, like a reflect.
Yeah, Blizzard and OC.
Blizzard and OC, that's a big one. The reflect in Twilight Town is pretty big.
Not very many checks, despite, quite a few being opened up.
Is that a torn page that I'm seeing in keys?
Yeah, it looks like a torn page.
That is a torn page in keys during opening shotgun as well.
Indeed.
And I'm seeing a second item on lands.
Proof of Peace is on. That's a proof of peace in the OC shotgun. Oh my goodness.
Proof of Peace in OC shotgun. Oh, row. Looney may have jinxed us. I hope that's not the case.
Look, I'm ready to. We've got 23 people in this qualifier. I'm ready to start cycling rapidly if I see another proof.
Yeah. So I've also been flipping through some other erasers streams because I've got them pulled up on the side. Opening shotgun, or the opening 3 chests of LOD has Once More in it, which is very interesting to note. The opening 3 of Port Royal has a fire in it, which is, I think, kind of big. We're getting some early magics here.
Another glide upgrade on level 2, by the way. I didn't notice that.
Yes, that's
nice.
Huge. So, and I've pulled up some of the other racers. Some of these checks are going a lot deeper in than I'm expecting for an opening shotgun.
Trinity limit in the Pride Lands shotgun, by the way, on Scud's end.
Oh, that's reminiscent to yesterday.
But it's the one seed where you can't really even use it for STT that much because it's a 1 STT.
No,
I say that now. But then the proof shows up there later. Who knows?
You say that now, but even just now, just the fact that they can use that potentially for station fight skip. They can use it for Beast Castle first room skip, if they understand. Which it is a more knowledge based check because you would have to know how it works.
Yep.
But it is something that could be used to push through the content, and I mean that was something that absolutely
used for what Key is doing right now, right? Because it would dish out a lot of hits on these fights. One thing that's worth
and
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and in Key's case, if he had it here, he would have been able to just immediately gone into Trinity Limit, used all 3 limits back to back, and then the finisher, and it would have immediately ended the fight.
I think that for Key, though, it's not that big a deal, because A, it netted him some levels and a glide upgrade, and B, it's such a big number that really, what's some time loss on that fight alone if you're actually able to get all those tools early on by just pushing, like, a magnet?
Yep.
So what's a little time loss?
Yeah, absolutely. The magnet's huge. So
2 reports in Agrabah that hint a Cure and Torn Page in Beast Castle and Disney Castle, respectively, for Subcon Jazz. I believe I see Chicken Little on Scud's end.
We also the hint
Chicken
from the report that Key got during the station fight also hinted
a Torn Page and PR.
Torn Page and PR, yes.
Okay. Not that they're going to be particularly relevant given the 0 and 100 Acre Wood.
No, but that's also showing that that's one less check that you're kind of worried about
Right.
diving into that world for.
Agreed.
So, um, looking through some other racers, there's also apparently a fire pretty early in OC.
Who are you looking
Um,
at for in
I'm
OC?
looking at yeah, so I'm flipping through different channels or different
Who is the
racers,
fire in
and I've
OC?
seen Tsunami Dono went through early part of OC, and they're in Space Paranoids right now.
Okay, so we'll pull
So
them up on the
Space
next.
Paranoids, and they've already got a money pouch, wisdom form, and a report prior to the mini game for turning back on the power. So during those opening 6.
I don't actually have Toon Flux saved in my overlay. I don't know how that happened, but we'll get our next batch of 4 here, including Tsunami Dono as listed.
I'm quite entertained that we yet again have Lamp Charm in Agrabah.
And Tsunami Dono just only doing opening shotgun there, but yes, getting 3 of the 6 checks through that, and that actually also gave us some information about Halloween Town having a torn page as well.
So interestingly enough, our field correspondent Ignited said Sejaza has glide 3, meaning so we have movement early. And
All right.
Once more from Timbo saying in the shotgun of LOD, and you can actually confirm that on Tsunami Dono's end here.
Yes. Also, Pride Lands looks to have a report, and Chicken Little so far that I'm seeing through Vorpal, and they're almost to Oasis, so that we may be dead at Oasis. We don't know quite yet. So
I want to say huge shout out to Vorpal because I think Vorpal wanted to play Qualifier E but was running late and unfortunately didn't make the cut. And as far as I know, has been a very good sport about joining Qual F. Did not respected the decision and just got right back on that high horse. And that's not the expression. Just got right back on it. There we go. And joined Qual F. High horse is a negative thing. That's not what I meant. Sorry.
High horse is something
My
else
American
entirely
idioms are
different, sir.
terrible. Was a good sport about it. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Get up on that high
Absolutely.
horse. Good lord.
Get off the high horse. It's not replacing get on the Hydra's back.
So I want to briefly bring our attention to Space Velocity X here. The cure that's hinted in Beast Castle for Tsunami Dono, Space actually found it on the Thresholder fight. Interestingly,
Yes,
we did the
sir.
Thresholder fight, but did not continue in BC. It's something that I think the community has. It's actually a strat that I used for a while to not continue doing the minigame in Beast Castle, and the reason being is that the minigame can take quite some time, and there's only 1 check left. So I haven't seen anyone from the Fresh Faces adopt this strategy, but I'm kind of glad to see it.
Yeah. And I've got Coxie pulled up on one of my screens real quick, and I see that the third check the checks we have in Agrabah so far are 2 reports and Genie, and that's through a boo. So, Pride Lands was only a report and Chicken Little through Oasis, so we've got quite a bit going on here with this seed.
Vorpal is at mouse push. Is he going to push the mouse?
I mean, with that 5, I would hope so.
Well, we also know
yes.
what 3 of those checks are. If you look closely on Toon Flux's end, you actually see that there's a Thunder, Torn Page, and a Report getting all the chests after defeating Past Pete.
Yeah.
So 2 more left on Windows and Beyond.
And I think that's going to be the huge piece. Is it's 2 on Windows and Beyond.
Yeah, it's go ahead.
The other big thing, Pride Lands is actually dead because of the report that's in Disney Castle. The last hint is Pride Lands is limit form.
Oh my god. And we got that from, it looks like Toon Flux has it, right? That's the Disney Castle.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Toon Flux has the Disney
Wow.
Castle hit. Correct. So that's kind of big to know that that's not going to be one of your proofs. But limit form is super useful. If it's on Hyenas or Scar, that might be worth getting, depending on how far into the seed we get.
don't know how I managed to. I have someone on here twice in this URL, but you know what? Someone gets some extra love. I don't know who it is, but I'm not gonna complain. If you're not gonna complain, I'm not gonna complain.
No complaints from me.
We're gonna get 4 new races around here because I think we actually have 2 people doing Hades Escape right now, and I have been told get on that right now. So we're gonna bring on Wolfclaw 83, Clunk, Sejaza.
Clunk's actually doing or going further into Agrabah after Abu. Is in the middle of the cavern fight.
I forgot Sejaza's 1413. Row. I should know better by now.
Another thing, I pulled up Volpal's stream real quick again, and I'm seeing just through opening checks, not even through Bailey, a Cure and a Reflect.
Wow.
So we actually already have the proof of healing, like between all the between the racers, like knowledge of where that's at as the commentary team, which I think is big. Yep. Timbo mentioning the Money Pouch Wisdom Form and the Report 9 in Space Paranoids. Yep. Got that on our tracker so far because I'm keeping a tracker of everything I'm seeing through all the racers so that we can provide you all with the freshest of information possible. Please keep in mind though that the racers don't have all this intel,
right.
So their decisions are going to be made based on the intel that they have at the time.
Right. Well, it'll be very interesting to see what their perspective looks like. Sejaza also picking up the Wisdom Form in Space Paranoids and the Fire in PR. I've also been informed that someone has been pushing PR Town. I believe that is Link Hylian. And Clunk is doing Treasure Room, so everyone kind of having a little bit of a different approach to the seed very early on.
Yeah,
the deep pushes
Link,
are starting
Link.
to... Go ahead.
Oh, and Link Hylian through that through their early push has found Stitch in Port Royal.
I've been noticing that I think some adaptation of the format almost like incentivizes making one random deep push in the hopes that you get a proof and have that advantage for the rest of the seed. So it's been very interesting to see which worlds people are selecting to make like the deeper than shotgun push. Like you see Clunk, I think this is the first time I think I've ever seen Treasure Room even maybe live on stream, much less so this early on.
This early in a seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got Lands pulled up on another screen, and Lands just confirming that both the Reflect and the here are in Hollow Bastion before Bailey. He's stepped into Bailey fight right now.
Oh man.
So that's interesting. I'm looking at it. We've got Clunk, like you said, Clunk's in Treasure Room. That's an interesting one.
And Clunk did pick up a Trinity limit.
Yeah. And I mean, you're still seeing some people that are doing the more standard starts, but like you said, there's been a lot of people I've noticed throughout Fresh Faces that have indeed been, making a deep push on a world.
Right.
I would say, like, even last night when I was running a seed, there was a BC1. I had Trinity limit, and I was like, I'm gonna make a deep push into BC, and I found that one was a report on Beast.
I want to briefly introduce the other half of Mega Speedruns joining the restream. Skypilot Samurai doing Windows in Timeless River. So we're about to see. Am I seeing a missed report on Skypilot Samurai's end? I thought there was a report in DC. Maybe didn't get the chest and
did not get the chest in Minnie's room.
Was it Minnie's room? I thought it was later.
Oh no, you're right. It was later.
I think that maybe just not the room with the Steamboat fight. So maybe he'll see those chests when going into Steamboat fight.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, this could
chests are
Go ahead.
pretty easy to miss,
Right.
especially in Cage 2.
As we've
Oh,
unfortunately
absolutely.
seen several times.
The amount of time I've put into, like, where is this one single chest?
Oh, wait. So Ern's had Promise Charm.
So we
Oh.
have
Right,
two proofs.
right. We
Okay.
have 2 proofs so far
in
in
OC.
C.
Well, that's new.
Oh.
I don't think we've seen this before.
Yeah, because it's 55 Spider actually has it on their tracker.
Yep. And looks like there's still a chance. There's still 2 checks left with this report now, revealing that Hollow Bastion has a reflect.
Secret Handsome Report 8.
Now,
But that was a reflect we already knew about, but again, 55 Spider doesn't know that, and that reflect might look kind of juicy because that's Reflera for him. So I know a lot of new erasers at least want Reflera going into final fights. So
run, Clunk, run! That fireball was just not leaving him alone.
yeah, no, that was kind of hysterical to watch. But that's again,
The
some of
bosses
those
can be very mean in this game.
yeah, absolutely, and some of them are kind of ruthless on their attack patterns. Goes into Valor form.
So it looks like we have a fog chest mist on Spiders, and I believe, and then also Sky Pilot Samurai is doing the steamboat fight, but has not picked up the chests in this room. But he has to have seen them, right?
Probably will pick them up after.
That's what
I
I
would
thought.
assume.
I'm just hoping
But
that
we'll-
you don't
Connection
skip right
in
past it.
SP. We're getting in the chat.
Yep, connection in SP. So
Guys, in chat, just want to quickly say, if you, rather than spoiling a location, please just maybe suggest a streamer to point out. Just want to, I'm trying to, no one's in trouble or anything, I just want to try a new approach where instead of just revealing something, let's get surprised together.
yeah,
So, can we maybe, Scud? Okay, perfect. So, like, I think that what Silent Brow said about Scud would be a perfect way to accomplish that goal.
so Scud pushed past screens. Has not done hostile. Has the proof of connection and second chance. That is quite a big deal, because that means it's a 1 as of hostile program. So that could be a dead SP at SP1.
So let's take a look at what
So.
Space Paranoids actually had in total. A money pouch, a wisdom form, a report, a proof, and second chance. So a little bit of everything
Yes.
there. Nice mixed
Yeah,
bag
absolutely.
in there, if you will.
Yeah, the only
Just
thing it
missing
doesn't
one check.
yeah, it's missing 1 check, and the only thing that would make this a better mixed bag would be if that 1 check was a magic, because then going in there you'll have gotten all sorts of variety of tools.
So Sky Pilot Samurai has finished Steamboat, but is electing not to do Future Pete, as far as I'm aware. But found a Blizzard out of it, and
Yes.
a report. The report we knew about, but not the Blizzard. I think that's on Steamboat
Yep.
Pete. And Clunk also got a magnet on Twin Lords after successfully beating the fight.
Yes,
55 Spider
and Clunk had also gotten a money pouch in the treasure room, so Agrabah's dead.
Yeah.
55 Spider found a feather charm on Pete
Yep.
and OC.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get like 4 new racers up here. I think there's at least one group that I don't think I've shown. Here's one where at least 3 people are new. Let me see if I can find a 4th who's also new, just so I can claim that I got everybody up here. I don't think I've seen Moko Nasakai Dono yet. We have 2 donos. We have Moko Nasakai Dono and then Tsunami Dono. So I need to make sure I don't confuse my donos. And speaking of donos, segue, command donate. We're raising funds for the Project Hope Ukraine Fund. We're trying to help all of the civilians who've been negatively impacted by the Russo-Ukrainian war. All aid is going for humanitarian purposes and does not escalate any violence. We're just helping those who need medical and mental care, both in Ukraine and for those who have managed to escape. So if you are willing and able, please consider donating using the command donate command. And we have a giveaway going on. For every donation of $1 or more, you are eligible for a raffle to win a Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 copy on PC, courtesy of Square Enix themselves. So thank you, Square, for those incredible, for that incredible contribution to our event. And we'll be doing a raffle at the end of the qualifier.
Sir,
Yeah.
that was very clean.
Thank
I
you.
respect that.
I'm kind of in disbelief. I managed to not stumble over my words there. I'm not gonna lie.
Roro, there is something concerning to think about though.
What's that?
We're only just over 20 minutes in.
Uh-huh.
We know the information of 3 of the 4 proofs.
So we know. Well, let's recap though. So it was Space Paranoids before Hostile Program, right? And then 2. Sorry, what did I say?
It's 2 proof. It's a proof and a promise charm in OC.
In OC, and then 1
After
proof
this-
before Hostile Program, right?
Yep.
So, it's
You're
still too
just
early
missing
to-
information on non-existence.
Uh-huh.
And I think the comical part is that I believe that these were the big worlds we were talking about, because these are big numbers, especially for some of these worlds. Some of the people that are closer on their completions have kind of done the big world lotto, and it's paid off so far.
I have, for some reason, the layout didn't update correctly. I don't know how that happened. These are 4 new racers. Sorry about that. I don't know how that didn't work. So we've got All Rats Gaming, Coxico, Ilusama, and Mokonasa Kaidono. Sorry for the confusion there.
I think what happened is we were also distracted by your donation, the very clean transition into donating that no one even noticed.
Speaking of the donations, we need to extend that goal. We broke the Hot Takes 2 incentive, so now it's time to add towards the next incentive, and I also need to update the next incentives. Holy cow.
So Roro, I got a couple more pieces of information.
Please do.
Spider had just left the stream. He pushed Future Pete. OC's dead, and it was a report that kills off Drives, because Drives is a torrent page.
Ooh, nice.
So,
My shoulder. Sorry. I think I slept funny last night.
Your shoulder must be hurting from carrying us.
Moko
on the
doing
comms.
minute fight right now.
Nah, I'm just here to be a hype man. I'm excited.
So Moko's
Strangely
doing
nervous.
new content
Me
so
too.
far. Something to pay attention to. Okay. Hey, Roro. The screen share.
It's okay. Yep, just give it a second. It'll rebuffer in a second.
Got it.
You'll be fine.
Fortunately, I'm also flipping through, but I do see. So Moko has just finished minute fight in Port Royal and is pushing Port Royal content. I get the suspicion at this point, having a Blizzard, they're looking to push to at least Barbosa. That would be my expectation of it. But obviously, the players can, kind of change direction based on what they see or how they're feeling at the point that they get to. But this is a lot of content.
Chat is saying that Key has got most of the proofs.
Key, yeah.
I think we've
Key
actually.
of Time is 3 of 4 because he pushed 2 urns as the Promise Charm and the Proof of Peace from OC, as the Proof of Connections from SP.
So he's got the 3 of 4 that we know about. Is that
That we know about. That is correct. So.
We're also seeing Ilusama push deeper into Pride Lands, which actually is Ilusama is exclusively going for the limit form, because if you look closely on Ilusama's tracker, Ilu knows it can't be a proof here. We're just desperately wanting that limit form, and I totally understand why.
Ilu taking that unfortunate death at Hyenas there.
Hyenas are annoying and move all over the place. And we
Yes,
have Baby Reflect to boot.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. They are and Ilu electing to abandon Pride Lands for now, which is completely understandable. Hyenas, just because of the fact that you're having to pay attention to not only the 3 Hyenas individually, you're having to pay attention to Timon and Pumbaa's health gauge
Right.
becomes a bigger concern. So
Is this the furthest we've pushed into Port Royal so far? What I'm looking at Mokonasa
yeah,
Kaidono here.
think
so from what I'm
Uh,
seeing, yeah, yes.
Okay.
And
that
we
is a
have
second fire.
that is 2 fires currently, correct? And we are at Barbosa.
Oh, I know who I haven't included yet. Hang on. There's 2 people that need to be deserved on the restream immediately. Let's see. Who's someone that I think Coxico's been on there for a little bit. We'll reconvene with Coxico. Chat, I don't show favoritism much on stream, but I want everyone to give finally, after 3 attempts to join a qualifier, Night Owl 15 is finally racing in Fresh Faces. I don't like showing favoritism, but come on. Isn't it so awesome that she's finally here? It's no longer a crash. There's no... I don't want to jinx it, but like even if it's crashing now, at least we got Night Owl to finally be on the restream for Fresh Faces.
Roro.
What's up?
Barbosa's dead. There's still 2 in PR.
Now, I want to thank you for bringing that up. No reports there, right? Because that's a second visit.
No. Yeah. That'll be a second visit at this point.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a big deal because that means that's either tools or that's potentially the last proof.
Yeah, and one thing it's something that I've also noticed in Fresh Faces 1, and maybe you guys can help me dissect this a bit further, because I personally just don't see it, but I'm also wrong all the time. So, Port Royal 2, it's a very short visit if you exclude GR2, right? You go in, you do the Pirates minigame, GR1, and then like 7 chests, right? What is like the motivation for not wanting to go right back into PR2 when you see that 2 after Barbosa?
I think a lot of people are concerned about the fact that it potentially is on GR2, and they don't feel and a lot of racers don't feel comfortable doing GR2 without some tools. I mean, Master Form, Final Form, Thunder's pretty huge, and a lot of the racers may not have gone and gotten the only known Thunder that we have so far in the seed is Disney Castle, and that's after Mouse Push.
Oh no, Dare says GR2 Part 2. Listen, I'll never hear the end of it.
Please no.
I'll never hear the end of it. So I've been told to try to get Nico. So Nico Pai is our last person who has not yet been showcased, as far as I am aware. And then I'm also going to bring up Toonflux again because it seems like Toonflux is doing Deep Twilight Town right now, which is I think something we haven't seen yet.
All right.
Yep, and this is actually huge. The pieces after TT1.
Let's take a look at Toonflux's tracker. I don't see a proof there, but I see a lot of utility. I see Master and Final Form.
Yeah, Master and Final Form after, like, in TT2, early TT3.
And did you tell me something about drives being dead already? Did we get a report for it or something?
Okay. We did. Torn page only.
We did get a report. The last report OC gave us that it was a torn page only.
Okay. So it's very likely that we're just having a proof in a world. And it's like the 100-acre wooden drives just do not matter at all.
Here's the other concern. We haven't seen anything of levels yet. And we are 30 minutes into the seed. It may be on levels as well, Roro.
Yeah, no report possible there. I've heard Scud is also pushing past BC. Obviously, Space Velocity X did do Thresholder, but I've been informed that Scud has pushed past that even further, but looks like it has left. Let's double check what's in...
Scud completed at Beast a report.
Did it hint anything that we might not know?
And
doesn't look like
it. It hinted to once more that we already knew of Vanilla D.
How helpful. Speaking of space, kind of curious where he is at. So Space Velocity X, for the uninitiated, very close friend of Fresh Faces 1 alum OG Scrax. I hope to have OG Scrax at some point in the commentary booth, but I know that Space spent a lot of time trying to get the randomizer installed, and Scrax was right there the entire time, despite not being able to play or not even playing the randomizer, was there alongside Space the entire time. Love to see that support.
And I'm starting to look through a lot of racers. There are a lot more racers that have pushed pretty deep into OC at this point. Um, there's a fair amount of them that have at least a one. There's quite a few that I've seen with two as well. So that's been pretty big to see. A lot of the racers are starting to start checking these bigger numbers, which I think is a kind of standard, you know, play in the rough once you exhaust your early shotguns.
I love.
I have a curiosity.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do we have any predictions where the final proof is?
Oh, good lord, we're gonna come up with some massive. I mean, looking at what I'm seeing from Toonflux, a betwixt and between proof is not off the table.
Wait, so space has found the reflect. Looks like this is hollow. Wait, this is hollow bastion.
Yes. Space.
We're seeing that. Yep. Okay. People bringing up the proof of healing meme.
Proof of healing.
Having all three cures.
Yes.
Yeah. So cure in the randomizer community is kind of it's only got a very niche usage typically. So there is the running joke that there is a fifth proof, and it's the proof of healing, which is getting Curaga, which means all your cures. It's when you're looking for tools, that's typically not what you're looking for. So that's kind of why it's the kind of meme fifth proof. So
Spider has closed out Space Paranoids. Ignited, I am giving you permission to share what it was, just because I don't think I want to go back to Spider yet. I want to showcase a couple people that might not have given a report. Did it hint anything useful?
Report 10. Okay, I just went and looked, and it looks like it's the Thunder. It's a Thunder and a Thunder and Port Royal. Port Royal's dead.
Wow.
The last two checks are a Thunder and a Torn Page in PR2.
Wow. Wait, we know that both of those hints are for PR2?
Correct.
Wow.
Because we do know of the Double Fire and Stitch PR1 from the push by Moko. So that is PR2.
Okay.
I don't think we've seen a lot of the checks out of Halloween Town.
No, Halloween Town, the only hint that we have is a Torn Page, and I haven't seen too much when I've looked through people's trackers for it. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that's another thing I've noticed with the seed, or that with the seed with this, fresh faces, like qualifiers. A lot of people are doing the early death abuse, and then immediately getting out of Halloween Town, and they're not coming back until super late in the seeds, which to me is kind of different from what I usually see with like most other racers. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's a lot of tough fights in Halloween Town. I mean, Prison Keeper is no joke if you're not ready for it.
Yeah. I've died an embarrassing amount of times to Prison Keeper.
So let's actually go back to the starting four that we had, because I'm kind of interested in checking back in with Key, Lands, Scud, and Subcon Jazz. See how they're doing.
And Taser, yes, you did hear correctly. There were two separate hints for PR, one of which gave us a Thunder, one of which gave us a Torn Page. So those were the only two things that were left after Moko finished PR1.
we did end up getting
Tsunami,
all of the Torn Page information.
Yeah.
Let's actually get Tsunami instead of Scud up here just briefly, since I think Scud had some screen time.
Well, and Tsunami is at Oogie, and it's still a 3. And is in the middle of killing Oogie right now. So we're about to find out if Oogie pays out with 2 checks, or if there's a report on Oogie.
Is this a second visit?
There is a report on
Secret
Oogie,
Report 12.
which would have told us the Feather Charm and OC. This is a 2 post Oogie.
Interesting.
That's kind of big. There's only 2 reports that I don't have information on so far. Which is report 1 and report 2.
There's still a chance that this last proof is an STT. I wonder what's going to cause the first person to make that plunge.
Okay, so here's the thing that we have to pay attention to, Roro. Hollow Bastion is at a 1, but that's HP 2.
Yep.
TT, I don't know if it's dead or not, but we know that's a TT3.
TT3 is dead, and no proof.
What was the last item there?
It was a Reflect in the Mansion.
Okay, Reflect in the Mansion, got it. All right, so we have that. Halloween Town's already second visit required. There's only 3 places for these 2 pages to be, which is Halloween Town. I mean, not Halloween.
Reports, you mean?
LOD or reports. LOD. The end of SP. I mean, not SP. DC, or that one in STT is a report. There's only 3 places left, and there's only 3 checks based on our total knowledge of everything. So there's a chance that STT might have something, but there's a 66% chance that STT is just a piece of paper.
Is it 6? How did you get 66? Either because there's 2 reports.
Because there's 2 reports and there's only 3 checks left that could show them. There's a check that hasn't been found in DC yet. A check that hasn't been found in LOD, and we only have LOD.
You're absolutely right.
The shotgun.
We had some crazy first visit completions, right? We had Twin
Yes.
Lords already completed.
Yes.
We had OC dead. We had SP dead. Port Royal dead. DC not dead, right? We don't know.
DC is the one that we don't know. Future Pete. That's where we could see the one report. So that's the only reason why I haven't called that one dead yet. So, and I don't have anybody who has pushed LOD yet. So, but I'm also not surprised about that because LOD being a 2, and if you go into your opening 3 and it goes down to a 1, there's a lot of people that look at LOD and there's mixed feelings on that in the community. There's some people who feel like it's a consistent push of checks. It is a consistent push of checks. But when you're looking at raw checks per minute and you're like, okay, first few checks, like it takes me a couple minutes to get to a couple checks. And then it takes me a couple minutes to get to another, handful of checks. It's consistent flow, but there's the interval breaks in between, and people are scared sometimes to check that because of it.
I would like to point out, I don't think anyone has found out what is on levels either.
No, that's the thing. Like,
we're in our mid-20s for everyone, right? Like low to mid.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Most racers are somewhere in the 20s. I'm flipping through. I'm seeing there's some racers that are almost at 30 checks. Coxie's at 23, but you got like Clunks at 28. You have Game Fanatic at 29
goodness.
checks.
What is going on
up?
here? I have a couple. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't.
Oh, Kiko's at level 37, and we still don't have the level check.
I have missed quite a few people for the restream. I'm so sorry. I'm missing Kiko Du Loco, Gabriel J. Campos, and Game Fanatic Prime. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I'm so impressed.
Is that exactly 4 people?
That's exactly 3 people, but we'll find.
Oh, 3 people.
Who do we want to keep out of these? I think there's something interesting going on from all the racers here. Subcon Jazz is leveling. Lands is doing. Lands is going to get the proof, so why don't we keep Lands up there? Let's get Keiko DeLuco in place of Key.
Yep.
Although Key could get the proof any second if it's on levels, right? And that would be go mode for Key.
Well, the thing is that we already know from Kiko's that it's above level 37. So
that's why I'm trying to get Kiko on the stream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would argue key of time maybe has a little bit of time because is only in the mid 20s right now. So needs to get a little bit more leveling done.
Game Fanatic
Um,
Prime also with 3 proofs. Sorry, I'm just
yes.
shocked. Wow. Look at this clear. 29 checks,
Nice.
3
But
proofs.
yeah, that's why when you were saying everybody's in like the mid 20s, I was flipping through. Game Fanatic has the most individual checks that I've seen so far. Scud's at 28 that I'm seeing, but most people are in the like in the low to mid 20s.
And Lands is
Um,
leveling on screens here, so I don't. With 18 seconds left, I don't think we're going to see him break level 30, but is getting progressively closer to the high level thresholds.
yeah, and like I said, looking at it, it's looking like either 39 or the 40s.
I'm so sorry, I'm getting a little too excited for my own good, but can I interrupt for a second?
Go right ahead.
Oh my God,
Game
Lando
Fanatic
almost
Prime
had it.
is doing Future Pete, which is new to us. So I want to.
Oh, that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge. Yes.
And by the
let's
way,
see
if he is correct, he's in go mode. He will be
Yes.
the first person to get 4 proofs. And we know from his perspective that it's not in Pride Lands, it's not in BC, it's not on Drive, not in Port Royal. So it could be levels, HT2, STT, and this.
I mean,
right?
there's-
we're running out of checks, right?
Yeah,
There's
we
a-
are
Yeah.
starting right now checks with him, but here's the bigger thing. If it's not here, he's got to if he had all of our information, it would be a 50-50 gamble between LOD and STT. And I don't even know which one I would prefer to do at that point.
So this segment is very hard. Just want to point out that the best way to do it is to let yourself jump up and use the RC, but it is very, very annoying and takes a lot of timing. So let's see.
Okay.
He's ready. You can see in his hands. He wants to know what's here. What is it?
We want to know just as
It's
much
a
as
Valor
him.
form.
Oh,
It's Valor. Okay, so that means that
we know where all the forms are, right?
no, we know where all the
Or are we
forms
missing
are. No. We know where all the
final?
forms are, but we also know that LOD and STT are dead because they have to be reports.
Wait, say that
Yeah.
again. What has to be reports? STT and what else?
And LOD.
That's right, because we have seen an Oogie push, right? So that means it's what
Yeah.
are our options then? It's HB2, Halloween Town 2.
It's HB2 or Halloween Town 2 at this point, or levels.
Or levels.
It's one of those. It's one of those 3 things left.
Keiko is at 37. Not looking like we're going to see many levels out of OC. Wow.
No. Yeah. So, and I'm starting to agree. Like JJ Rogers DJ just put in there my bets on levels. I'm starting to think that this is something that's in like the 40s.
I also know Gabriel J. Campos is Brazilian. I don't know why the flag didn't save last time. Gabriel J. Campos was actually on comms for Qual E today. For the
Oh, nice.
the Brazil
Nice.
stream.
So, yeah, based on the information we have, because I'm not gonna on our tracker, I'm just gonna put the reports and
Sure.
locations that I already know.
Don't spoil
like-
anything though if you do find it. If it's not known.
No, no. So both of those reports, just so I know that those areas are dead, and both of those gave information that we already had info on.
Okay. Well,
So nothing new there.
Let's not dive any deeper into that, just to avoid spoilers
Nope.
out of an abundance of caution.
No, absolutely. But
go ahead.
the fact that, but here's the thing, I feel like you push Halloween Town first between if you come down to those 2 choices, you push Halloween Town first because HB for a 1 where you have to go through Demics, potentially Final Fantasy fights, and potentially 1K. While there's a handful of checks on a 2 before Experiment, and Halloween Town 2 is a very short world. I feel like compared to Hollow Bastion.
I have been told that Subcon Jazz is leveling on screens with EXP boost. So I'm gonna replace lands with Subcon Jazz here.
They just got done leveling. They hit level 42 and there's still no check found.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a 44, 40. It's what, 44, 40.
I think it's even up until then, right? It's 44, 46,
Yeah, 44,
48, 50.
46, 48, and 50. Yeah. That's kind of
That's crazy.
So I guess let's take a look at that is not Subcon Jazz. I was like, I was like,
Nope.
I don't know what Subcon Jazz looks like, but I know that that's lands. There we go. Let me refresh the page there. So I want to take a look at Subcon Jazz here. So we do know about the levels being deep, but we still have all of OC. We still have TT is dead, so I don't see a way for Subcon Jazz to easily get the remaining levels without going out of her way.
But the thing I would say at this point, TT being dead, that looks like TT's dead at Mansion.
It is.
So that's super quick to get to where you need to for quick leveling using Final Form and going through there.
My point
I
being
feel
is,
like that.
My point being is that's
But
not likely something you're going to have to do or something that you should prioritize given the numbers we see on these trackers.
No, I agree, and especially with the numbers that Subcon has on their tracker here. So she's got quite a bit.
That was a really nice fight against Hostile Program.
Yeah,
that was
clean.
Beautiful.
That was clean and quick.
Also, Game Fanatic Prime pushing Halloween Town now, and he's kind of adopted an attitude that I'm not leaving a world till it's completed, and I think we have yet to see HT2, right? We did see Oogie Boogie, I thought, right? But not HT2?
Correct. And remember, HT2 or Hollow Bastion are the two that we're looking at outside of levels to potentially have this last proof. And Game Fanatic Prime is 3 of 4. So if they find it, it's go mode.
I want to replace Gabriel J. Campos here with Link Hylian, because I think Link might have been one of the people that did Halloween Town, and I want to see what we've been able to find from him. I didn't update Link's... there we go, Link Hylian. There we go. Link Hylian doing Windows... I was wrong, has not done HT yet. Might switch Kiko and Subcon Jazz here since they're doing content that I think we're aware of. Let's get who have we not seen from a while? Spider was like the person who initially got the proofs, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get Spider back.
Correct.
Let's get Nico maybe, and then Clunk.
I find it interesting that Spider has marked on his tracker that he is avoiding LOD and BC, which from our information is a good call, but he doesn't have information about anything in LOD and only has a hint of a cure currently in Beast Castle, but that puts Beast Castle at a 1 before he's ever stepped in.
So before it gets too late to make this prediction, Looney, Uki, we have 3 places where the proof can be. We have 3 commentators. Let's all pick sides. I'm going with levels.
You know,
man, I wanted to go with levels.
Fine. You take levels. No. I'll take Halloween Town for Game Fanatic Prime then.
You know, I'll take Hollow Bastion and I'll go one bigger. I'll take it at 1K.
Ooh, that's masochistic. All right.
I mean,
do we have mods in chat?
It's not as bad as GR2.
Do we have mods in chat to make a poll or a prediction for the next 2
but
minutes?
What level? I want to say it's going to be level 50.
I mean, we're all looking for the most masochistic outcome for some reason.
I mean, because I'm guessing that the Halloween Town you're looking at experiment.
Sunlight, we got 1 minute because I suspect because I know Game Fanatic Prime quite well. I think we're gonna see him go right back into Halloween Town. He's not.
For some reason, for the content.
Going to Port Royal. Same number of checks.
Yeah. Because he hasn't pushed to Barbosa yet.
Yep.
Can't blame him.
It looks... And I can completely understand this. He's looking to... At this point, it looks like he's looking to finish first visits. because most of the first visits are out of the way. I'm trying to think. Agrabah still needs to be would still need to be between Abu and Elemental Lords.
Where's the last proof poll has been made?
Yes.
Go, go, go. You've got 1 minute. Gamble. I will not vote so I can confirm the prediction results, but I have got HT. So, correspondents and mods, if you can hear me, we need eyes on anyone going into HT2, HB2, or getting levels. We got
So far, the highest level we've seen is 42.
2, I think, yeah. Something like that.
And that was Subcon, correct?
That was Subcon Jazz. You know, one thing that makes me think that maybe it is indeed levels. I mean, we don't, sorry, let me rephrase. I wonder if, at this point, with 3 proofs being in possession for so many racers, I wonder if you start to conclude it's got to be deep on levels, because otherwise someone would be in final fights or close to done by now.
That would be, but I agree with that. That's where I think, like, with Subcon having finished ST or having finished TT, it might be a worthwhile endeavor if you're thinking with that mentality, especially the fact that Subcon on 3, to potentially go back and finish getting whatever's on that before continuing, because that doesn't. Subcon has EXP boost, so it would be a pretty quick push, in my opinion.
I just want to point out, Spider looked like they were having a wonderful time in Halloween Town 1.
How can you not? It's a great world.
And it's got amazing music.
It really does.
So All Rats Gaming is doing Mansion Fight in TT that I've noticed off on a separate stream.
Okay.
Clunk is doing. Is this Clunk's on Oogie? Question is Clunk going to continue pushing?
And Clunk is
TT
also
after,
are they going to
HT after this? So,
the Thunder's being annoying. They go left or right.
Oh,
And we just have to
getting
gamble
caught
that
by those Thunders. I know that pain very well.
on crit it kills, and I feel really dumb when it happens to me, because well, not even dumb, I feel so frustrated when it happens to me, because it's like, okay, I'm standing in the middle and it goes in the same direction as me, and I'm just like really fucking frustrated. Pardon my French. It was that triggered something within me. I really hate dying to those lightning bolts, and it's I guess that's a trigger for me, as it turns out.
So
I do want to point out Clunk paying attention to the prompt commands and where Oogie is going.
Yep. Kiko's pushing TT1 right now.
Okay.
Hadn't pushed TT yet. Leveling forms and looking like they're going to make a push for TT3. I'm wondering if they're making this push, one, because they're already at 36 checks and there's 3 here, and 2, they've already done through screens because they finished their Space Paranoids. Could Kiko be pushing this as a way to get to the levels?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect timing, right? For those that went to TT3 earlier and may not have been aware that, like, levels is somehow prevalent, now Kiko might be able to make something out of it.
Yep.
Well, looks like we're dropping frames on key. Let me double check. Source.
Right.
That is key stream itself.
Nope,
yes.
I was able to fix it. Just go to the highest quality. There we go.
Yeah.
Clunk is going back in.
So Clunk is going back into Halloween Town 2. So this is new content for us. So why don't we focus in on this? So I had Halloween Town, right? So let's see.
You did.
What are the? Do we have?
Are you correct, sir?
Let's see. We have 47% for levels with 12.9k channel points, 13% for Halloween Town at 3.6k, and 40% for Hollow Bastion at 11.1k.
All right.
I'm trying to flip through and see if I can find anybody getting to or going to Hollow Bastion or just hard working on levels.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Well, we
The
can't.
kids are
We
breaking
can't
out.
lock the children in anti-form.
No.
Oh
We can't
no!
use the RC. Oh
So the other-
no! That's annoying.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate. And we have to wait for that form gauge to run out.
Clunk doing the right thing here, though, attacking the child. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe poor choice
Well,
of
yeah.
words, but attacking the child in anti-form to actually make that drive gauge go down faster. It's a magnet in HT2 on the child abuse fight.
Oh,
Oh, wow. That's an interesting name for Aurora.
Listen, is it inaccurate? They're children trying to have fun, and we're putting them in presence. That's exactly what's
Yeah.
happening there.
So just a heads up, Tsunami Dono as EXP boost is like upper 20s, just went into screens using EXP boost.
Okay.
Looking to get that, and they're gonna find the proof after that, but currently they're only on one proof. So this would potentially give us levels if they get high enough, and they are soaring through levels because they are just magnet bursting, insta killing, and they're
the
using
one proof they
Stitch.
have the OC shotgun proof.
It is the OC
Okay.
shotgun.
So they're
proof.
gonna get one from Space Paranoids as well from doing screens.
Correct. So
Night Owl pushing to HB2 dancers, according to our field correspondents.
that's a big one to be
So let's
paying
quickly look
attention
at
to as
Clunk,
well.
because this could be a check here. It is not, so we're gonna wait to wrap some presents, and maybe we have an experiment proof. But let's also get Night Owl
Oh.
doing HB2 content. We'll replace Nico Pie here.
Yeah, and if we can get Tsunami Dono up, because they're about 45 seconds left in screens,
Sure.
and they're at level 40 already, so they may get push on levels to like the mid 40s, potentially even higher than that. They're at 42. I could see them hitting like 40, 45 or so off of
And
this
Halloween
push.
Town is a blizzard. I am incorrect. There is no proof in Halloween Town.
oh,
Down
So
as a
we've got
blizzard.
Night Owl, who pushed into HB2, has not found anything so far. I think there's 2 chests before Demix. And a proof on levels! It's on levels! Level 44! So Subcon Jazz is only 2 levels away from a proof.
Yeah, that's huge.
Maybe even has one right now.
But that also tells us the rest of our board.
So that
I-
means that
I-
anyone who has 3 proofs just needs to get levels.
yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, and Tsunami just went from 1 proof to 3 because of going
Right.
to screen.
Oh, so Tsunami's not even in go mode because we don't have the OC proof yet. Oh no.
No, and the problem is that their tracker is not going to aid them at all because they still have a 5 in TT, and
Oh
that's
man.
going to lead down the TT route most likely. I would suspect.
Clunk is in TT right now. What is Clunk's level? It looks like 31.
31.
So we said it was 44, right?
Yes.
13 levels without EXP boost. Is that doable in naturally progressing through Twilight Town 3? I think that might be a little ambitious, but it's possible,
No.
right?
No, I think it's a little ambitious. I think like 5 or 6 levels potentially here. Just natural progression, especially once they find final form, which they just found.
Oh no. I'm so sorry to
Would
interrupt. Dark just informed me that Tsunami missed the chest with the proof of connection in it. Or wait, no, what? The
no.
key chest?
No.
Tsunami missed the key chest. Wait, what? What key chest? I'm so confused.
Yeah, so am I. Oh, Tsunami missed the chest in OC because they pushed far enough to get the fire. That fire was in the same room as the Promise Charm.
Was it really?
Yes.
No! Oh my god, what is with these
Listen.
proofs being in missable chests?
So Yeah, Tsunami only not in Go mode because of missing that chest. Oh, that's disappointing.
Subcon is one level from go mode.
Yeah, Subcon is level 43 right now. Just finished Oogie. I wonder if going back into Halloween Town.
So I'm trying to think who is. So Tsunami going into Port Royal, not aware of OC. We'll check back in with Tsunami later. So let's go back to Subcon Jazz if we're one away from Goma. Now, last time we talked with Subcon Jazz, I remember OC was Baron. So I'm assuming that if everyone's telling me that one away from Goma, Subcon has made her way through OC.
Yes, Subcon has finished OC, has the 3 proofs.
Oh my goodness. And on level 43, so we have, what, the next minigame has the mummies, right?
Uh-huh. That potentially could push 44, depending on how close to 44 they are currently.
Right.
And the uncooperating present boxes, I know the pain very well.
Subcon's at 39 checks.
I will say a lot of these people are going to go into final fights with some nice tools.
Oh, this is probably going to be one of the most kitted out groups that we've seen, because a lot of groups have either been very highly kitted, and when by kitted I mean they have their tools, they have solid stats. Because I mean, Subcon right now at level 43 has 4850.
Let's take a look at what the next level is here from when these get defeated. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be able to quite get it off this minigame alone.
No.
We got about halfway through, so we need one more mob fight to make it happen. I also do have a message from our TO Kale, and I'm going to quote him directly. Stats time with Kale would be good to share with the stream. There are 23 players in this race. For 19 of them, this is their second and final qualifier. Only 3 of them, Gabriel, Subcon Jazz, and Wolfclaw, have made the chopping block, which means for 20 of them, they are fighting for their tournament lives. So that means we will lose 10 people, roughly, I believe, from this qualifier. Maybe a few more, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of huge. It's huge to keep in mind.
Very high stakes for Qual F here.
Yeah.
Okay, Subcon just getting the Blizzard in Halloween Town.
So Subcon
is leaving
Right, would have to go somewhere to get levels. This could be it. If we have a mob fight awaiting us, this is a mob fight. I don't know if it's enough to get 2,200 experience, but this is a mob fight.
No, 2 mob fights, because it's just outside of Anthem Study then Dancers. So that should be enough.
This might be the go mode.
Let's see. Okay, so 888. So Subcon just needs to go do the Dancers fight in HB, and Subcon Jazz will be in go mode.
Yes, that's huge.
Done! There we go. Subcon Jazz will officially be in go mode upon completing this fight.
All right.
Potentially getting a final level in the mix if she wants to use it. There it is! Subcon Jazz in go mode.
Yep.
Soob, indeed. The chat is rising up for the Soob.
Soob?
For the Soob.
Can you explain?
Subcon Jazz sometimes gets casually referred to as Soob.
Ah.
So that's why the Soob is being spammed in chat.
and Subcon immediately recognizing go mode just turns right around and is heading straight out of Hollow Bastion.
I'm so ecstatic for Subcon Jazz for 2 reasons. One, Subcon Jazz was just outside the top 32 last year with the chopping block. And I invited Subcon Jazz in DMs, and I think that she was just busy. And then all of a sudden, I get a notification that she's live on Twitch after a hiatus, and it was a Fresh Faces 2 seed. So I was like, "Are you joining this?" And she's like, "I might join last minute." I think that after this final fight, she'll be very glad that she did.
Yeah. And I'm just flipping through the different people right now. I don't see anybody in go mode yet. A lot of people are in the mid 30s or like low to mid 30s for levels at this point.
Night Owl is in
d-
TT3 at level third, like in the
30
high 30s. What is it?
Yes.
37. Okay.
Yeah, but and at that point you have 37, but um you also have the fact that they just got final form. You've got mansion fight. You've got everything up to and this would be the situation where I personally would look at this and say, I need a level. This is the best spot I have remaining for leveling because I killed off screens already. I'm just gonna get my leveling done quickly.
What about you, Looney? Do you agree with that?
I would probably go about like I can get levels as I'm picking up checks.
Mhm.
I don't think I would personally stop to just get levels, but
The only reason
I'm also not a racer of this game.
no, so I could see that perspective as well. I think the biggest reason that I would do that push is because I'm looking at the fact that, you know, the levels here, especially if they have EXP boost. I know one of the practice seeds we had recently, I came into TT3 at like the mid 20s. I EXP boosted Mansion Fight and clearing all the way to the beam, and I was level 41. So if you have an EXP boost, you can get yourself into final form, get that, and it's very quick. I think you maybe spend
What?
2 minutes or so.
I don't know what
So.
happened there. My
Oh.
keyboard
Ooh.
decided to freak out
Okay.
and took the stream with it. Let's go check
How
back
rude.
in with Lands of Masters, who I hear is I think in possession of 3 proofs as well, and just needs to go get levels.
Yes.
We also have information that Coxie is leveling in screens currently.
Ooh.
Coxie
At 31, has 2 proofs found.
Coxie finishing screens at 33.
Oh,
Okay,
So
good to know. So,
on the proof of connection, almost everybody at this point has 3 proofs.
so really,
Almost ever.
what it's gonna come down to here is in whoever has been routing that what the routing that leads to TT3 towards the end, where you need the levels the most, is likely going to be the ones who actually advance. Those who did TT3 early might have a harder time justifying going to level.
Yeah. Just to note, Gabriel J. Campos just with the Hollow Bastion pushed past answers, checked the restoration site. The last check was there right before Demix.
And that was what was it?
It was a Thunder.
Okay.
So we know we have information on where every check is at this point.
Awesome.
As
Okay.
the commentary team.
So now we just need to find out. We need to keep very strict tabs on everybody's level.
yes.
So Night
That
Owl...
is for.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say that's exclusively what we need to pay attention to
Yes.
from almost everybody, because almost everybody is at that point.
So, very unfortunately for Night Owl, she left TT3 right as she was about to hit level 40 and is instead doing LOD. Can't blame her, but I think that it's a low battle level, so you're not really going to get a ton of EXP by finishing this world.
Oh no, Nico Pi looks like they crashed because they're back on their front front screen.
It's alright, we'll recover.
Oh,
Alright, let's get some new people on here, because I think there's some people that might be close by. Let's see maybe someone who doesn't have all the proofs yet, or someone I don't know much about. Let's bring Space Velocity X and Vorpal Glaive back on. Let's see how they're doing. Where did I put them? As number 2 and number 3. We'll check back in with
Subcon about to go
Go.
into final Xemnas.
Yeah, Subcon's push so far has been very clean. The stats are really good. 54-48, definitely where you want to be when you get to Final Xemnas into these final fights. I think you're hitting close to, if not hitting the ceiling on a lot of them. So The natural fact that one of the proofs is on levels is going to make this, I think, a lot easier for a lot of racers.
All right, and I don't have any notifications of anyone else on Subcon Jazz's tail. So as far as I know,
No.
Subcon Jazz just needs to just
Can we
finish the fight.
take them? Yep. Can we take a moment to focus on that?
I'm focusing on it now.
Yeah, perfect. No, I asked
like-
that because I had turned away from for a moment.
Okay.
Before
So,
you
like, am I
focused
not?
in. No, you are. Yeah. So,
Wait, what? How did that reflect not do the? Huh? I thought
It,
that reflect was
I'm gonna-
flawless. I don't know what happened there. Bad luck?
Spaghetti.
I don't know. The spaghetti. There we go. Yeah. All right, are we gonna see a dome skip here? Wait, again?
Maybe.
God. Okay, there we go. Maybe do we have an elixir that we can pop in the middle of this?
I think we do.
Or
I
at
know they
least
had
ethers,
two.
maybe.
They had 2 to start. I think they realized they're not going to quite get the kill.
Okay, but wait, they haven't overdamaged yet, so she hasn't overdamaged. We
No.
have an elixir. Okay, so we might be okay. All right, just prep yourself. Reflect into a session. Beautiful execution.
Yes.
GG's.
GG's to Subcon Jazz. Get your
That
subs
was
out in chat.
Gorgeous.
GG's to Subcon Jazz. What a stellar performance. Last minute
That-
join, first place finish.
That was a beautiful fight.
By the way, Tsunami Dono has pushed all the way to Mansion in TT3,
Nice.
because the fact that they missed the chest in OC still, which is unfortunate. Which is really unfortunate.
Happens to the best of us. It's not the first
Yes,
time
it
it's
does.
happened on this stream either.
It won't be the last.
Certainly won't be the last.
So we got, I think everyone is like rapidly approaching 3 proofs. Has Space missed the Promise Charm chest as well? Space has missed the Promise Charm as well because
Yes,
look, that's
it's
a
the
push.
fog chest.
Yeah, so
That's the fog chest. That's...
again, the fog chest claims more victims. Oh no!
That one chest.
What level is he at? Just
That
so
one
I know
chest
how
is
many...
going to be a lot of
He's at-
people's
he's
enemies.
33.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, 33. So it's got a little bit of time for leveling, but that could be detrimental. But there's a lot of people down to a low check count in the end here.
Yeah. So let's focus on Lands of Masters because he has a perspective that's kind of interesting. So it was kind of something I was talking about earlier where I think that the players that are going to finish at the top of the leaderboard are those who had their routing serendipitously line up with the development of the seed where TT3 and levels kind of have this good synergy going on together. But Lands here has already completed TT3. So, and I'm looking at that 3 Halloween Town, the 2 Port Royal. Is there any way that someone in Lands' position could start leveling?
To me, that's difficult because of how early those are. That's kind of difficult. I almost would be more inclined to push that Hollow Bastion 1 at that point if you're trying to push for leveling.
And he did just get the second magnet, so that might be icing on the cake to like maybe try to go 1K. But you know, I can't blame. This is exactly what I was expecting to happen, and you can't blame the guy. Three
No,
Halloween
absolutely
Town,
not.
no brainer.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you on that.
I was just trying to say, is there any justification for an inverse? And I was hard pressed to find it.
I mean, there is a little bit because in Land's position, there's also 3 reports not known, and both of those are first world visits still. So there's a little bit more of a push to be like, well, where's second world? Hollow Bastion 1 or Hollow Bastion's at 2, or you're Hollow Bastion 2, so well, you can make the push there, and that should give you some levels, even though it's only a 1.
Okay.
But you know that 1 is not a report.
I do want to point out that we're getting a lot of information, and I'd like to get those people on screen immediately. We got Nico Pi is at level 43, but has some sort of issue. We'll check in with what that is in a second. And Kiko de Loco apparently getting to level 41, but leaving Twilight Town 3, meaning that We've left probably the easiest place to get those additional levels, but we'll see what Kiko's up to. Okay, so Nico's having an issue of
Yeah, that's
what?
that looks like a technical issue that looks like they may be potentially. I'm looking at their chat. Kale's working with them right now, so we may want to move on to a different streamer for the time being while Kale helps sort out their issue.
Roro, check Discord. Let's do that. All right, let's see what we got here.
Foxy currently on the presence fight.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nico Pi crashed and lost the autosave.
Oh no.
Right as he was about to get the last proof, it seems too. I'll get back to you more if the TOs have an update, but for now, let's get someone else on stream to replace that. Hopefully, the TO team will do their best to see if there's anything we can do, but for now, let's just move on.
This is kind of big. Gabriel J. Campos is actually looks like they're damaging themselves, and they're in SP2 trying to level. Like, it's an interesting location, but they're trying to get XP. They were damage boosting to get the.
Go ahead.
I say to get the EXP boost up.
So, Game Fanatic Prime is running out of checks, right? We're looking at 2 checks left, HT and levels, right? Because if Game Fanatic Prime remembers that reports are on first visits, he'll make that same deduction that you astutely made earlier, Uki, that STT and Land of Dragons must have the reports, and we just go straight to TT3, right?
Yeah.
This is a...
What level?
Sorry, go ahead.
What level is Game Fanatic at?
36, it appears. But I'm not necessarily sure it'll matter once he finds the Blizzard, because if he's able to correctly deduce the tracker, he will just go straight into TT3 and level like his life depends on it.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, sorry. We also have information that Clunk might be in go mode. Let's go check in with Clunk.
Yep, Clunk hit 44 is indeed in go mode and is headed into final fights. Is in the pathway inside the GOA from the Promised Charm.
All right.
Hitting the bulky enders right now.
Beautiful.
Just getting
Clunk
a couple more levels.
Clunk, they said they've been so excited to participate, asked all the right questions, really put the practice down this last week. Was very excited, very supportive of everybody participating. Very stellar person. And into go mode we go with Clunk.
Doing
now,
some
Game
last
Fanatic
minute
Prime is
menuing.
also aware of where the proof is if he's able to deduce it. Let's see if he's able to catch up here.
We'll find out. If he goes into LOD or STT, then he may not have deduced it right away. He goes into STT, no!
He
did not quite deduce
You
it.
have it, Game Fanatic Prime.
I mean, but this is understandable, Roro, because this is not, this is something where you have to have paid close, meticulous attention to that detail.
Yes.
And us as commentators and the chat that's watching as well, we all are paying close detail to that. In the heat of the moment, you're not necessarily paying attention to that every little bit of detail, and I could see where that happens.
Okay.
Now, if he pays a little bit more, if he takes a moment to look and think about it a little bit, he may start to consider it. And if we see him leave STT at any point prior to getting that report, it's completely understandable.
Yeah. I've been. Wow. Let me see if I can find a couple new people to include. So we got Coxico doing HB. Missing the proof at 35. What's up?
So Moko got the proof on level 44, but had not done more than opening shotgun in OC and has stepped into TT.
We have another player in go mode. Tsunami Dono. Did
Yep.
Tsunami go back and get the Promise Charm? Or
Yes.
Or wait, I thought Tsunami
Yes.
missed it. Was it? Or am I
Yes.
wrong?
They had to have gone
They
back
did.
and gotten
They
it.
had to have gone back and gotten it.
It wasn't Gabriel, right? It was Tsunami who.
It was Tsunami.
Okay.
It was Tsunami who
Wow.
had missed it. Yes,
So
they went
There,
back
there
and
were
found it.
several people who had missed that specific chest.
I wonder what prompted him to go back and double check. I'm trying to think, like, because I'm not sure what makes you go visit that room again. Maybe you're like finishing and you're like, something doesn't feel right. Maybe.
I had to have missed something. Like any number of thoughts could have triggered a. I know where it is.
No. They may have gone through the last couple checks that they don't have were Demix and beyond. They didn't do Demix. So they went back. They checked everything up to Demix and then left. And then going back through, they double checked themselves.
Oh, interesting.
That's the only reasonable explanation for it.
Okay, that's our theory. That's not what. We
Yeah,
don't know
no,
if
that's
happened.
we don't know.
We don't know for
for
sure.
a fact. But that would be the most reasonable, observation based on the fact that, the other pieces they had were pre-Demix, and if I'm not mistaken, Pan was on Demix.
There's also a theory in the chat that maybe the journal was used to make an informed
That's the other thing that
recalculation, which would be totally reasonable.
Yes.
Yeah. I am having a hard time seeing the timer for Clunk. How close are Clunk and Tsunami in time currently?
Very. So, well, not quite, actually. So, Tsunami's at 1:20:42. So, like, about 2 minutes. Or, no, hang on. I've got the wrong timer. Game time, it's about a minute. It's about a minute.
Yeah, it's
All
about
right.
a minute. It's about a minute in favor of Tsunami, and they're both
They're both in Armored 2.
armor 2, and they're both like very close on armor 2.
So between the two of them, this is going to come down to how well is Final Xemnas going to go, and can either of them get a dome skip?
This is potentially second and third, isn't it?
Gabriel is
Yeah.
also in the final fights. We got three
Oh, we
Brazilian
have
three?
racers all
We have three.
simultaneously going into
Now-
final fights.
Now, Gabriel's loadless is a minute behind, or it's got a minute more than Clunk's does, and Clunk's has got almost a minute. So Tsunami's got almost a 2-minute edge, and is in Final Xemnas. Tsunami gets a clean Final Xemnas, they should be fine. So far, so good
I
for
am
Tsunami here.
quite amazed that this fight against Xemnas still is not boring. Watching it every time is just such a thrill.
Okay. Tsunami's in
Ooh,
laser
trying
phase.
to go for that thunder damage there too. I'm not sure if it works. I haven't seen this before.
I don't. Not that I'm aware of.
I think it's missing, but it's an interesting idea because you're doing a lot of damage by potentially using your magic, which is higher in stat than your strength, trying to get the reflect and the thunder off in time. So we have 3 people all doing Final Xemnas. Only 2 of them will auto-qualify. And it's not you, Lusama. I apologize. That's Gabriel J. Campos on the top left. I'm sorry. I thought I hit save.
Oh no!
Tsunami getting domed.
Tsunami getting domed
But I think
Rough.
it still has
Was
the
it-
lowest of the loadless times.
by is about 2 minutes or about a minute and a half ahead of Gabriel J. Campos.
Uh-huh.
So
So Gabriel...
Could potentially-
Clunk also getting domed.
Oh, good lord. This is going to be so close.
if Gabriel skipped the dome skip, potentially passes Clunk.
Yes. So this is going to come down to dome skip.
Can Gabriel get it?
We're going to have a flood of people entering final fights here. And Gabriel getting domed as well. So I think if my math is correct, it'll go Tsunami the
Yeah,
oof.
unless
The oof and clunk
No way.
scream.
I would say unless Gabriel took the death and immediately tried to go for a dome skip again, because it could potentially save time. Looks like it's going to be Tsunami, Clunk, and then Gabriel, and Gabriel will be on the chopping block.
Right.
Considering how late the final proof is, I'm wondering if any of them are thinking like this is not as close as they might think, or they're thinking this is a super close fight. I'd rather not take that chance.
Right.
I mean, yeah, because taking or dying to the dome and going for dome skip again is only faster if you get the dome skip on the next attempt.
So I just want to say congratulations to Tsunami Dono. As far as I'm aware, that is an auto qualification, and I think for Clunk as well. As far as I am aware, those are the 3 fastest loadless times because Gabriel's loadless is already higher than Clunk's, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
Oh wait, no, I am mistaken. I can't quite make it out on. No, it's 120.19. Okay, 120.19. So it is higher. You're right.
Yeah. Yep. 120.19. Tsunami at was 119 and some change, and Gabriel at 2132. So loadless timer coming back to get Gabriel, unfortunately, like making the chase late, just all 3 of them getting domed. Like Gabriel had a shot if he was able to dome skip, but it was unfortunate that just missed getting the stagger.
But still getting chopping block, which is very nice.
Yes.
Gabriel was already barely in the chopping block earlier, but managed to really come out here and put on a great show and almost got that spot. I think that he'll be very happy that a fellow Brazilian, though, is also auto-qualifying Tsunami Dono. I'm also told that Scud is in final fights.
Yeah, we've got Scud in final fights. In the middle of Armor 2 by the looks of it. Is in Armor 2 as well. I'm flipping through other channels right now.
And did Scud? No, Scud did not AGN. Did not go to Halloween Town 2, and is missing the Space Paranoids 2 check, I believe.
No, it's missing the hostile program.
Oh, hostile program, right. It was a report.
Yep, report.
I just want to take a moment and appreciate the sleeping rat dreaming about cheese in All Rat Gaming's layout.
Oh my god, that is beautiful. Look at it. At the top right.
It's so adorable!
Very well done. I love these like little I don't know if Easter egg is quite the right term, but I don't think I would have noticed that if you hadn't pointed it out. It's a nice oozy personality.
I mean,
the aesthetic of their stream.
I mean, if you also look literally on the avatar's shoulder as well, there's another, or inside the hood, there's another rat sitting there looking up. So definitely good aesthetic there.
Get Gouda. Rats rule with another rat.
So we've got a lot of people still pushing here.
Scud not getting the dome skip.
So I just want to point this out. It's looking like Game Fanatic is gonna end up AGNing the seed because they went into LOD. They still have not pushed the levels.
So, do we know where the LOD report is?
No.
Actually, we do.
Nobody
Rats has it. All Rats has it.
Oh, do we?
Cave fight. Okay, so
Cave fight. Okay.
Game Fanatic needs to get through LOD quickly, and then we'll immediately Game Fanatic will have no other option but to level, right?
Correct.
So Game Fanatic needs to level for his life right now because I think we're getting notifications that people are rushing into final fights left and right. 3 of them right now. I'm trying to keep tabs on anyone else I might have not included yet. I think I've done a decent job of including at least everyone once.
Yeah, because Moko, who gave us our lovely early hint and Space Paranoids at the early part of the seed is finally pushing Hades Escape and pushing OC. So we'll be getting the Promise Charm shortly as well.
Okay.
And has proof of non-existence already, so we'll be go mode at that point.
And GG's to Scud, finishing in
GG's.
5th. So we have 12 people who will either get chopping block or auto qualifying. So we have 7 spots remaining.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's another Night Owl. Night Owl is also in the same predicament as
Game Fanatic?
Game Fanatic, except Halloween Town. Is doing Oogie Fight right now.
Well, that's a little different than what Game Fanatic is in, because Game Fanatic could have deduced that it was levels. Night Owl could not, right? Because Halloween Town
correct.
2 is not reports.
Correct.
What?
I don't see anything.
I don't understand what happened. Let's try that again.
Something broke.
I don't understand what broke, though. Let me try this again. Hang on. I don't get it. I didn't change anything.
Which being silly?
Hey.
Nope.
No.
That didn't work. Okay, hang on.
It worked for like 3
It looked
seconds.
like it looked like it was up on the screen for like 3 seconds. Yeah, on the stream.
Oh,
Okay.
it looks like it's back.
It's back, but not updated with Night Owl Night Owl is in the bottom left. Let's update this. Is this accurate for the layout? I think so. There we go. Say Jaza going into HB2, going deeper. Wolfclaw doing Roxas, giving us the content. Reminder that you're not actually allowed to decline the world that never was, but doing the content. Vorpal Glaive, GG's.
Getting the finish. GG's.
So
I love the fact that so many of these racers are finishing so close together.
Oh, Wolfclaw level 40.
My God, sorry to interrupt.
What was that
Clunk,
number?
Hang on. Clunk is auto-qualifying and celebrated by donating $250 to the cause. Clunk.
Wow.
A, congratulations.
Dang.
And B, thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Clunk.
Thank you, Clunk.
And congrats on your auto qualify.
Very well deserved. You've been so supportive of the event and of everyone else around you. I'm so excited to have you as part of the top 32, and I'm sure everyone else is as well.
I'm wondering if Wolfclaw is pushing World That Never Was purely to get to a leveling spot, not realizing they could go back to Mansion.
And we also have another finish from Link.
Yep.
GG's to Link.
GG's Link.
I think Link, that's actually Link was did not have a chopping block ticket yet. So getting a chopping block ticket.
That is a chopping block ticket?
I think Scud, Vorpal, Link, all did not have a ticket yet. So they have earned one by finishing. And it looks like Game Fanatic Prime knows. Game Fanatic Prime knows is in on level 42, 2 levels away. So Game Fanatic Prime also AGNing here.
Yes.
Just needs 2 more levels.
Sage also 2 levels away.
But unfortunately missing the Promise Charm because we missed it by accident. Oh no. The same exact chest as, what was it, Qualifier C?
Yep.
Oh my god.
That chest has been a nightmare chest, apparently, yeah?
It really has. I don't see Game Fanatic's timer. I think it's behind his overlay. Yes, it is. So Game Fanatic's loadless timer is right now 128.36.
Yeah. Just hit 44, got that proof.
Let's go.
Immediately bailing out.
Go mode. Alright, do we have anyone else in go mode?
I mean, you have to think about this, though, Roro. We're at 130 loadless, and he AGN this seed.
No, he put in a lot of practice. He saw that Fresh Faces 2 was happening. He was very upset that he missed the first, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to play, like, 10 seeds, and then we're just gonna run with it. And it seems like it worked. His ABN skills are impressive.
No,
That is
but that's
insane.
the thing. This is scary. Like for anybody going forward, this is scary to look at.
Yes.
Seeing an opponent go through an AGN nearly properly ABNing because only missing limit form and the torn page that was deep in PR2
Yeah.
from being ABN at an hour and a half.
I do also want to point out, it's not an official incentive, but earlier on commentary today, Smithsville said he would come back and do a race with people if we hit $3,000. Smithsville, if you're out there, we will find you, and you will race.
This is true. I do remember that because I was your comment. I was working with
Correspondent in the
Ignited.
Field correspondent.
Yep. So, I think that's great.
Sage is currently trying to figure out where that last proof is. They're going back into OC.
So Night Owl is about to get this proof as well, right? Because we're looking at... Are we doing betwixt and between? Or I think we're just leveling, right? Night Owl
Sage is going back into the early rooms. Finds the fog chest.
And we're one chest...
Yes.
He's one level away! He's one level away!
He's one level away, but he also now knows that OC's dead and is heading out. But that's huge. That he
What's left?
had the...
Oh, HB2.
Yeah, HB2.
So what do we do? So HB2, what do we do here? I actually don't know what to do here.
Panic.
That's maybe not.
No. He's going LOD there. He went LOD.
And the question is, how far away are they from 44?
That's huge because LOD doesn't give many levels. So for thousands away, okay, 1,000. Oh wow, it's gonna be close.
Game Fanatic in final fights.
Yep.
Love that for him.
And Night Owl just got the proof.
Also, I'm going to point out another person who's nearly AGN their seed at this point. Oxy.
Coxico.
At 45 checks currently, doing DC or Timeless River right now.
Mhm.
The only checks left after that are they've got greens in a bunch of places, and then they've got STT and levels.
I do want to point out that this is about the time we got to strap in. We have 5 spots left, 4 in final fights. The time is now. For many, this will be the last qualifier they can do, and unfortunately not part of the chopping block. We got 4 of them in final fights here. I'm not seeing anything from our correspondents or TOs about who else is joining, but Sejaz is 1 level away from having the last proof.
I don't know about anyone else, but for me, this is where it gets really intense. Just the feeling of there's the limited amount of space left in the chopping block, and these racers are so close together now.
Ilu-sama, Blued HT2, level 43, went to STT. Oh no.
Oh.
No way.
No, Elu. I'm sorry, but and Elu has the information that Game Fanatic had. If they look closely, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
Again, this is those type of things where being in a racer, being in a race, nerves get to you. The fact that because this is very spur of the moment decisions.
Yeah, and you pointed out earlier, it's a very minor point. Like, yes, it is in the rules, but it's also very easy to forget.
Exactly. That's the other big piece of it. So that's unfortunate.
Wolfclaw has all 4 proofs, but is in 1K.
Moko getting dome, but I don't know if that's going to affect them or not.
Yep, Wolfclaw just getting through 1K. Heading into final fights.
Mokonesek, I don't know, getting domed here. But I think is not really in a threat of being challenged as far as I'm aware.
That 133 load list, that's...
Oh, Night Owl, you're right. You were right.
Night Owl probably going to get a snipe, depending on how well that Xemnas fight goes.
Potentially, like that's it's 3 minutes, but that's 3 minutes to clear core and final fights. That's still completely possible.
What a fitting song.
This is also I would say this is the first seed that Levels has had an important, like that big of an important check on it that late.
I do want to quickly point out before we get maybe potentially in the weeds of this in chat, you may notice that Kiko and Night Owl both do have massive gaps between their real-time and loadless. I did just confirm with the TOs that they did do everything correctly, so there's some sort of combination of crashes, poor computer, or something like that. And GG's to Moko Nasakai Dono, by the way, for
GG's.
Oh, and Kiko's timer is only a 125 right now, and it is an engine core.
I'll have to ask what happened, but I have full confidence in my team, and they said that is an accurate loadless time. So something must have happened either with the system or with crashes or outage or something. I'll let them inform me later. But it is accurate.
That's huge.
So who else do we have? Seijaza, I think. Or let's get Coxico up here. I don't think we've talked to Coxie in a bit. Let's get them on there.
Yep, and Coxie just went into World It Never Was, looks like to level.
Wolfclaws in final fights.
Yeah, Coxie's in that situation I said earlier. Outside of STT, has AGN and pretty much is like, yeah, it's got to be on levels because I think Coxie has made a deduction about the report, which is why has not touched STT.
Oh, Game Fanatic got can you spare a Hearted?
That's not necessarily a bad thing,
depending on... They both have both Sora and Riku have a lot of HP, too.
Well, and the other thing is in this scenario, because I know he was relatively close to Dome, or to Dome HP, this makes it much easier the execution for Dome Skip.
Makes sense. What are we gonna do here?
Nope, a little bit too. Oh, and just.
Are we gonna get domed here, or are we gonna try to reflect? Reflects off. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Right, you could potentially get the reflect kill here.
I think we're gonna do dome here, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we're gonna take the dome. I imagine we're not. I have to imagine that Game Fanatic Prime sees the race time and is gonna just take the dome, right? Yep, is gonna take the dome.
Yep.
We're gonna quickly let's get.
Don't blame them in the slightest.
Oh my God, Coxico is on level 43, one level away. Menuing, but I'm gonna we'll revisit Coxico. I've been told that Wolfclaw 83 is also in final fight, so I believe here that we are about to enter the stage where one of these people, very close, but will not actually get a ticket into the chopping block. This is about to get interesting. Strap in.
Yeah, this is definitely a seed. Roro, you've rolled a lot of bangers for this fall, that's for sure. None of them are disappointed. But at the same time, at least it wasn't like Fresh Faces one where it was a jet seed.
There is also, Kale has offered to come into the commentary booth to explain something about the double proof and double hint. So if you recall, we actually had a double hinted Port Royal and a double proof in OC. And I thought that there might have been some logic to it, but even I am not fully aware of it. But Kale is, and has offered to explain the logic a little further for our audience.
I would
love to hear
because
that
I think that would be great, great knowledge not only for the audience but for us commentators, and to spread across the community in general, because I don't think a lot of people know that.
It's the finish.
Game Fanatic gets the finish, but both Night Owl and Kiko de Loco have lower loadless times, so they will both be likely beating Game Fanatic Prime. So right now, Game Fanatic Prime will be our 11th place finisher, so I think has 2 spots left. We have 2 spots left. I think, unfortunately for Wolfclaw, it will not beat Game Fanatic's loadless time, just barely, because we've only got 16 seconds left on that front. I'm trying to look if anybody has I don't see any more Go Mode notifications, so I think Game Fanatic Prime will be our 11th finisher, and that means we have 1 more spot available if we count Night Owl and Kiko DeLoco. So maybe Wolfclaw will be our final finisher.
Night Owl just getting domed. Do they take the dome? Yes, they take the dome.
Game Fanatic Prime in the chat saying, Roro, we need to have words. I'm at least glad that it's only words and not no violent threats.
GG, sir. That was very impressive.
Very impressive ABN, I got to admit. Game Fanatic, since you are here, I do want to quickly point out that reports are guaranteed to be on first visit, so you could have found the proof immediately by deducing that your last 3 checks were 2 reports and a proof, so you did not have to go to STT or LOD.
And Kiko's done with a load list currently of 130.08.
Yep, so Kiko is definitely going to be in there. So we got Lands of Masters, I've been told, is so close. I know Coxie and, say, Jaza are probably not too far behind, so let's get them both on screen.
Yep, Lands is level 43. So we're running into the leveling situation again. And Lands just stepped into STT.
I think we're looking at, if you're not in we're almost in territory where if you're not in final fights, you might unfortunately be cut. I'm not 100% sure, but
Coxie's in final fights.
Yep, we'll get Coxie up there when Night Owl finishes.
So
right now, I think Game Fanatic Prime is currently... So we have actually 11 finishers. Game Fanatic Prime, I think, with the highest load list time of the bunch. So the time to beat is 138.18, if I'm not mistaken. No, 138.18. Let's get Coxico in place of Night Owl and see what they're up to.
Coxie's load list is already higher than Game Fanatic's.
Okay, so I think Game Fanatic, at the moment, appears to be safe. I mean, Lands brought his A game today. Look at this tracker. That's almost ABN. Yeah. So I mean, Lands could have also potentially deduced that it was on levels, right?
Yes, because that report too.
One level short too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ilu-sama, unfortunately, DNFing. I'm assuming missing a proof. So I think we're looking at one... So Wolfclaw is our 12th place finisher, and I think, if I am not mistaken... let me also refresh the page, because that is not Night Owl in the bottom left corner. It's Coxico. I think, with that, I'm not going to speak in definitives, because I cannot confirm all the load list times, but I think we're going to be looking at our last chopping block ticket given away.
Mm-hmm.
This has been an insane seed.
No, this seed was all over the place. The fact that it's sub 20 minutes, we had knowledge of 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and I mean, if you think about it, Subcon finishing 112.22 RTA. Which I'm going to assume was like around a 1 hour, a little bit over a 1 hour load list, a 106 from what I'm seeing in the race time, almost a 107. Like, the fact that it took 40 minutes to find that and to get to final fights, that's a lot. But it's understandable.
Here. I want to see. I haven't checked the key of time in a while. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was.
But it is completely understandable because 3 of the 4 proofs were first visit.
You know, this
early.
Go ahead.
I say they were early enough first visit, and there were so many checks still out there. The check counts were so low if you started those too early.
I want to say key of time. This is his 2nd seed. What a 2nd seed to experience. You get 3 proofs so early on, and you're just banging your head against the wall, wondering where in the world is this last proof. Poor guy got screwed by the fog chest, and he was actually in qualifier C, so he remembered the promise charm this time. So he had 2 qualifiers with a proof in that exact same chest, and now is just running around trying to find that.
No. And here's the problem. I don't think he knows the 2 chests in restoration site because the last check's in restoration site.
This might actually work out well for him though, because he might reach level 44 doing this.
Yes. I could definitely see.
I mean, we've had a couple of people hit 44 during 1K from the looks of it.
Yeah. I've been told that Spider is in go mode, so we'll let's go. We'll check back in with Lands of Masters in a second here. Let's get Spider up on screen.
Yep, Spider's in go mode. I'm just looking real quick. Allrat is in Final Fantasy fights. Level 39 still. Oxy almost or almost at the last phase of Armor Zemnis 2. It's been crazy. This entire seed has been quite a push. Oh, can we pull up Sky Pilot Samurai super quick on one of the non go mode, because they're on Genie Jafar.
Oh,
That Tekken Agrabah is on Genie Jafar later, or
Let's take
By
a look
looks
at
of it.
Sky. No, Agrabah died on Twin Lords.
did it?
Yep.
Then they missed the check in treasure room, man. No.
Oh no, just went forward.
And
those are
on,
very easy chests to miss.
and they're on Genie Jafar.
Oh no. I do appreciate though. One thing I do like about Sky Pilot Samurai's layout is it's a nice symmetry of mega speedruns. If you look at it, not mega speedruns. Sorry, the other half of mega speedruns, Fish on a Stick. Remember we had those overlays with the proofs and how they've been collected, and Sky has the exact same thing. You love to see it.
Yeah.
And you also see the drive forms as well, but the drive forms are being like covered by the timer.
Chat, also, with this new coming raid, win, lose, or draw, can we get some claps for Night Owl for finally getting to play a qualifier?
Yeah.
How long has that taken? That took a year just to make that happen.
Too long.
Yeah, far too long. Thank you so much, Night Owl, for finally, for agreeing, but like not giving up on us. I know that would be one of the most frustrating experiences for me. Yep, and we found out that her Wi-Fi still went out anyways.
Oh. GG's Night Owl.
GG's. And Key of Time, actually, I've been informed, is in go mode as well.
Yes.
Skypilot Samurai must have missed the chest and treasure room, but he's only missing the proof on levels, and he's level 42 himself. So if he can pick a world where you can get some decent levels, I don't think Beast Castle is going to be one of them, unfortunately. Or it's a very early world with a low battle level. Can't blame him, obviously, because there's still a check there, but... Who did we need to get? Key of Time, right. Key of Time. Yeah, to answer a question to Game Fanatic Prime in chat, if you actually go to command website in the chat, there's like a rules page on our website.
Toonflux is leveling in TT3. Sorry to interrupt on that one, Roro.
It's all good. If you go to the rules, I think one of the rules states that reports are guaranteed to be first visits, and because Levels doesn't have a first visit, you had only 3 checks left at one point. STT, Agrabah, and Levels. And it was 2 reports and 1 proof. So because Levels doesn't have a first visit, and reports must be on first visit, you had enough information to deduce that. Obviously, it's a very minute point. It's very fine-grained in the details, but it would have been theoretically possible for you to figure out it was on drives. On Levels, sorry. Blue SB chiming in saying, I'm hearing Coxie yell, content! Indeed. For the content.
You could tell Coxie's having a good time though.
That's all that matters.
And we
That's all
love
that
to see
matters.
that.
You are not your score. The score is just a means to an end for all of us to get excited. Every single one of you gave it your all, and it has been nothing short of a treat to watch it.
But the fact that there was a proof on 44, that's rough.
It's
That is super
better than
rough.
50. Better than 50, like
That's
we
true.
potentially expected.
That is true.
I mean that is 100% true.
Yeah, Roro match, indeed. I will try to get because this is our last qualifier for quite some time, I'm going to hope to prioritize getting the VODs up and running so that you guys can all watch it back.
How exciting.
So that report at STT, because we're looking at lands right now, I can tell you that it's at least Axel 1 or greater. Because he's in the Axel 1 fight. It's past Axel 1. It's struggle fights or later.
Ooh.
That's a deep STT push for a report.
It's not at Mansion, though, because Key of Time actually has that report.
Okay.
If you look at
So
it,
then it has to be struggle fight then.
Oh, wait, no, hang on. The icon doesn't change until actually you reach Computer Room, doesn't it? So it could be Mansion. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Report in STT was struggle fights.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
It was on
Thank-
Setzer, is what people are
Setzer,
saying.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So, yeah, because once you get to struggle fights, your only checks are Roxas and
GG's Coxie.
GG's to Coxie.
Coxico. Nicely done. For the content!
and to think, I would say this shows the type of outreach you have. You and Warehouse Jesus playing in the Across the Multiverse tournaments hosted by Waffle Magic. I mean, the fact that Coxie got a good introduction to the community through that event,
Yes.
from what I understand.
Yes.
And that's what drove them to start working with their partner Ignited toward getting
GG Sage.
getting prepped for this event.
GG's.
And then
Yeah,
you see this.
Waffle did an incredible job with Across the Universe. We got Coxie, we got Felix Dubois also, who is in the chopping block. And I don't think we were able to get anyone else from Across the Universe in there, but still.
But since we're talking about Across the Universe, let's go ahead and talk about the incentives that we got available for Roro.
I feel like you're very excited, and I'll let you take care of it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take care of the next one because at $5,000 there is going to be a Across the Multiverse type race, and from my understanding, it's the Across the Multiverse champions Roro, Maniac, and Warehouse Jesus going up against Walpy and Kale.
Indeed, that is exactly what's happening.
That sounds pretty exciting, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Totally
I
biased in this.
no, and I think that's gonna be a fun one. Like, I from my understanding, the incentive is gonna have Jesus and Kale running SA2.
Yep.
I'm assuming that you and Walpy are gonna be running KH.
That is exactly right.
So I know that the two of them have been running a ton of Archipelago for SA2. They've been learning a lot of tricks and different things. That would be an extremely exciting event, I think, for everybody involved. Not only, those participating, but the viewers, the commentators, just everybody. That's definitely one of the incentives that I feel really needs to get hit during this event.
I hope it does, and I do want to quickly give a shout out to the reason that we have KH2 in Archipelago. Jared Weekstrike, big friend of the stream and current 1 hour season. Oh god, I gotta count my numbers. Season 5.
Season 5
champion. He's the reason that we get to play KH2 in Multiworld. So please go give him a follow.
Yep.
I'm seeing in chat that Lance is in Go mode now.
Yes,
As
Lance is in
all
Go mode.
Rats Gaming, so we'll get Lands on screen once Spider is done with the dome. We'll get Lands of Masters back on screen. I think we're approaching the point where we're gonna have just our last few racers here. I want to see a train of claps for everybody who is finishing. This was a very challenging seed to deduce. Even for us as the commentators, there were still multiple places that could have had the proof. And who ended up being right? Was it Uki?
Yeah, no,
It was
Looney.
me!
It was Looney.
Looney?
Because Looney took the levels. I mean, I did take Hollow Bastion as the last of the 3 picks, but you know, I've taken Hollow Bastion before because I've had seeds where I've raced with like Kale and Jesus, for example, and I've literally had Kale like absolutely livid with myself and Jesus. Jesus will just admit that some of these seeds he'll just meme, but then I'll have made somewhat similar decisions, and Kale's like, how can you justify that? And one of them was myself and Jesus both justifying super early 1K pushes that had a proof. So yes, we've had some shenanigans like that along the way. But that's also, I think that segues to another thing. All these racers, like you've said, Roro, have worked their tails off, have done a marvelous job of
It's a spider.
putting out their best effort. GG's the spider, by the way, because he just did finish there.
Yes.
Um,
Before we move off of him, I just want to say, this guy, a lot like Rydog, has a smile that I also can't help but smile when he smiles. He like
every
rolls
time-
with the punches so well. Like, he gets some bad news in his seed, and he's just smiling. He's just like, yep,
Every
that's
time
what this
Spider's
is.
been on stream, it's just been vibes. He's
Yeah.
been here for the like
Exactly.
experience.
No,
Well
but
said.
I think that rolls back to perfectly where I was going with. Every one of these racers has come in, put in their all,
Yes.
but we have to remember, what's the common phrase about KH2 Rando?
Oh, I don't know what it is. Do you want to fill me in?
Looney, I think you know this one.
Is it Rando be Rando?
It is
Yes, Rando.
Rando B. Rando.
Yes. And with that Rando be Rando, I mean, some of these seeds come down to who makes the right decision. Sometimes it's a logical decision. Sometimes it is just a guess.
Yes.
You
Or
know,
sometimes
you
it's just
don't-
luck. One
Yeah,
of my
or
favorite
sometimes it's luck.
races, and I'll hold it over his head forever, even though I didn't deserve the race. My league win against Ragna was me leveling because I was too bad to do the world that never was. Got the proof, and I was like, oh, okay. Guess I just
that's
win now.
amazing.
Rando really can't have anything for you.
Yeah, like that's the reality of it. So some of these racers, it may be that they have unfortunately, missed a chopping block, but it's not because they did poorly. It's because the luck of the draw, a little bit of the decision making comes down to, I have to pick a place and stick with it. And it's pick your poison. And unfortunately, their picks weren't the ones that paid off, while somebody else made the right picks.
Apparently, Skypilot Samurai, I've got the information, did not get the memo that apps and silhouettes are not on. But you know what? In the words of Coxico, for the content.
The content.
I don't know.
Oh,
Let's get rid of all rats just for a brief second. We'll bring him back.
Yeah. Just finished ASLR scene.
And-
Lark scene.
I remember that also, wasn't Skypilot Samurai on like high level 40s as well? Level 42. Oh man, did Larkseen?
Wait, what did they miss?
I don't know.
Let
Let's see.
me double check.
Money pouch, missed a money pouch.
They miss the chest in the first room,
I think so.
because that's where money pouch is.
But went to Twilight Thorn, I think, or not Twilight Thorn, Twilight Town. I think we're getting the levels. I think Skypilot Samurai is on the way to the finish line. So we'll check back in, since I'm assuming we're getting levels here for a good reason. Let's go back to All Rats, who is on the final stretch. I was hoping to get it in time to see Larkseen, but nope. I do appreciate
time I
the spicy content. Go ahead.
Every time I see Dome, the only thing that goes through my head first is pretty lights.
Honestly, same. Honestly, same. That's a mood.
There is a gremlin in my head, and it likes shiny and bright things.
I get frustrated when I miss Dome for like a good 3 seconds, and then I'm like, this is nice to look at least.
Yeah.
I won the aesthetic way, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes style points matter.
Exactly. So we got actually a pretty interesting... Oh, Key of Time got domed. So we actually have a pretty interesting race between these two content creators here, Lands of Master and Key of Time. They have roughly the same load list. Key of Time is getting domed. If Lands of Masters gets dome skip, it's going to be close. Lands of Masters making very quick work of this final Xemnas fight. This looks clean and professional. If you hadn't told me it was Lands, I would not have thought this was a fresh face. This is guarding the lasers? Excuse me, where did you pick up that tech?
Probably Kingdom Hearts 3.
Maybe,
No.
maybe. He
Maybe.
is the MDA holder for gameplay challenges.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're gonna see dome skip. Yep, there it is. It's gonna. I think that Lands of Masters is gonna get dome skip here.
Looks like it.
Geez to Lands. Look at that proud
Jeez.
smile. Let's go, Lands. Let's go.
Jeez.
Look at that proud smile. He doesn't care about the result.
Absolutely.
It's self-improvement. Let's go,
Absolutely.
Lands.
Yeah.
Absolutely ecstatic about finishing that fight. You can see it in his expressions.
And Toon
just
also
after
finishing
2 hours.
GG's for
And
Toon.
GG's Dune Flux.
Let's see if we got any.
Looks like Key of Time is also about to finish final fights.
Yep.
So I think we're down to our last 4. So let's get them up. I think we've got Space Velocity X, who will replace Lands of Masters, and then also who am I missing? Sky Pilot.
GG's
You
Key
got
of Time.
Samurai, and they're in final fights.
Let's go.
So-
GG's to Key as well. Very well done.
Yes, very well done. Indeed.
I do really hope that if Lands and Key watch this back, they both got set up with the randomizer this week. So both of you, oh my goodness, Cox,
Woo!
I think that might have been way too high on the audio. I apologize. If that, I apologize, headphones users. But thank you so much, Coxie, for that incredibly generous $25 donation. But going back to what I was saying earlier, Lands and Key both got the rando set up like this week. I hope that they had a good time and consider playing again in the future. We loved having them. This is unbelievable. First of all, look at their 2 times. Unbelievably close, right? 2 hours, 10 seconds, and 2 hours, 1 minute, 45 seconds. We loved having the both of you. So if you do want to consider playing more rando, we would love to have you. We welcome you with open arms.
Absolutely. Other thing is Kale said that notification should have been louder.
Wasn't loud enough.
Gives you the papu the papu pout as well.
Let's see if
From
we can- I love the dinner.
there.
The dinner. We have to keep the dinner stream up, right? Key of
Yeah.
Times. This is turning into a mukbang stream. There we go. That's what's happening here.
The dinner.
I do want to add something real quick. The randomizer community is probably one of the most helpful communities I've ever personally experienced. And it's just always so awesome to see like the amount of times people will like welcome newcomers, especially with something like this, the Fresh Faces tournament.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say I know I've had I had a good experience with the randomizer community when I first joined, and Looney, if I'm not mistaken, your first real experience with the randomizer community was at Reconnect because of Jesus, correct?
Yeah, that is my introduction. Like a lot of people that are either watching this or are involved in some way, I got to meet because of the Reconnect stream. Like Lands of Masters, I got to meet him in person.
I think that's a big thing. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So like I am a fresh face who did not participate. I am planning on for the next one.
Ooh. Everyone's assuming there's gonna be a next one, but I haven't announced anything yet. I don't know where this where this anticipation is
If there
coming
is a
from.
next one, I would love to be a part of it.
There we go.
So I would say this. I think a lot of people are hoping that there's going to be another one, especially with the type of turnout that we've gotten for this one. I think like you mentioned it either at the end of last stream or the beginning of or definitely at the beginning of this stream when you made the donation. Or it was at the end of last stream, one or two. The times.
Are you talking about when the 1500 got donated?
Yep.
That was at the end of last stream.
Yeah, the fact that we had over 100 people enter from places all over the world,
yes,
like should say this is an event that the community really wants and wants to put their back their support behind.
Absolutely. My point being is I'm not sure if FF3 will be run by me. Let's phrase it that way. It is my hope, and it is a deep wish of mine to have the time and ability to do it again next year. But even if not, like, the randomizer community is full of incredible personalities, and if someone else wants to take the initiative when I can't, and people are just angsty for it and unwilling to wait anymore, I am happy to pass the reins over.
No, but this event has been nothing but phenomenal. All these qualifiers have been great to watch, and definitely have been entertaining. That's for sure.
I'm not saying that I'm passing the torch either. I'm not giving up my baby so easy, like I want to do it. Don't get me wrong. I am leaning towards finding a way to make it work. I'm just saying that life happens.
GG's of All Rats Gaming. I messed up his name. I'm sorry.
All Rats Gaming. All Rats Gaming. Just getting into the cutscene after Dome. Should be finishing up here in a second. So everybody ready your GGs.
Get your GGs ready. All Rats was missing the drive proof in the first qualifier he did. I'm so glad that he was able to at least cross the finish line. I had a very long conversation with All Rats Gaming when he decided to sign up. He is an incredible person. He's been very supportive, very enthusiastic, had a great attitude. I think he even tried to create a drive, or maybe that was Rovo Mage, I'm trying to remember. But I think the two of them had been discussing Fresh Faces 2 strats. Just wonderful person. And we love the cheese layout at the top. The sleeping mouse with the cheese.
Yes.
Oh, Roro.
What's up?
I'm looking at trackers. Space Velocity X is in OC2 because missed the fog test check for the Promise Charm. And the only thing on their tracker from being AGN is levels. After that,
yeah. So Scrax, I hope you're in chat. I'm wondering if you have a way to contact Space, because at this point I'm willing to let him open chat and finish the seed, because he's so close on levels. And maybe just with a nudge in the right direction with where Promise Charm is, we can all celebrate him together and cheer him across the finish line. Because missed chests are annoying, and I don't want him to get frustrated by running around aimlessly trying to search for that chest. If you're able to, that would be great.
Yeah.
Rojo Mage making a very good point. Rat looks like they could dominate an ABN. Oh yeah. Look at that clear rate. Look at that. 2 hours, 5 minutes loadless. Very, very strong content. Look at the drive leveling. Valor 7, Wisdom 4, Limit 5, Master 3, Final 2.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely pretty good. I mean, if you go back and even think about Game Fanatic, like that hour 30 getting to final fight, basically having ABN at that point. Coxie doing it in like little bit over 140, only having not stepped into STT. Like the times that a lot of races are putting out there on essentially ABN seeds has been unreal.
Yes, indeed. Everyone get your GGs ready for Skypilot Samurai, who is right on the finish line there.
Rojo Mage saying,
Coxie,
we both saw it.
Yeah, well, I see Rojo Mage saying Rat gonna turn ABN into ARN, all rats.
These numbers are mine.
Mine.
But then Coxie also saying ABN is my calling. So right after. So yes. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, every one of the racers that have been involved the entirety of Fresh Patience should all be proud of, of
Everyone
how
should be
they've
very
done.
proud. Everyone donated $15 just for participating,
Oh no, Sky Pilot Samurai had dome skip set up and pushed Zemnis out of bounds.
Happens to the best of us. We are getting the claps
It's
ready for
unfortunate.
Sky Pilot Samurai.
Yep, it's unfortunate.
They
but,
get the pretty lights.
But yes, it is unfortunate, but it is something that happens. That arena is very misleading. The fact that it doesn't look like it's got an outer boundary, but
It really
got to
does.
pay very close. Yeah, you have to pay very close attention to the ground in order to notice where the outer edge is, because there is like a little clear line around it, just very thin if you're looking for it.
No.
But again, it's not something that you're normally going to look for, and it's very deceptive.
Pardon my ignorance here. Is this our first Irish representation? I think this is the Irish flag, if I'm not mistaken. It is the Irish flag. Okay, I wanted to double check.
The Irish.
So that's our first
they're-
Irish representation, I think, here from Sky
They're-
Pilot Samurai.
Yeah, they're playing super late hours for this one because this is like midnight 1 a.m. for them.
Something like that. Look at that smile, though. He's just here having a fun time. It looks like both Fish and Sky Pilot Samurai both just kind of went into it with a whimsical thing, like, hey, it's $15 for charity. Why not? It's a game we've played before. And I love their attitude towards it. I love that they also took the extra time to make that layout for the proofs. It's a very nice personal touch. And GG's to Sky Pilot Samurai.
GG's.
Nicely done. I count that as a dome skip in my book, honestly. That was out of your control. So it looks like
it was rigged.
also Space Velocity X is only one level away from getting the proof, and we're going to cheer him along as we get the final proof. While that's going down, would everyone be okay with Kale coming on and explaining the logic of the double hint, double proof?
I would
Yes.
love that. I would absolutely love that.
All right,
I've been excited.
Let's see if Kale... All right, Kale will be in comms momentarily.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Kale, I'm so
Kale.
sorry to invite you and interrupt, but I want to just briefly say, Lands of Masters, the thanks is all to you. You helped grow our event tremendously, and we hope that you do some more KH2 rando content in the future. And same with you, Key of Time. You two, by the way, Lands of Masters and Key, you guys were neck and neck the entire time. We had a good old-fashioned KH content creator rando race. That was very, very fun. You two did incredible. All right, Key. Sorry, the mic is all yours.
All right. So, Roro, I sent you an image of a tracker.
It's a virus.
It's not a virus.
I can confirm
so
it is
this-
a virus. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's see if I can get
tracker,
the.
right.
Give me a second to pull it up on full screen while.
Sure. Yep. So I put this together. This is what your tracker. Pretty much everybody should have had this information right from the get-go. These are checks that you would have gotten kind of immediately from your initial shotguns, or you see I filled out Olympus Coliseum and Space Paranoids up to the point where they got the proofs.
Mhm.
So pretty much everybody should have had this information at some point. Now, I didn't expect anybody to be able to piece this together. However, if you look at Port Royal, you notice that Port Royal was hinted twice. The Torn Pages were hinted there, and the Thunder is hinted there. This is incredibly rare, because the way that the hints work is hints always try to point to different worlds. However, they can't point to other reports, and they can't point to proofs. So if you look at, now we know the proof was on levels, and we know that there was just a report in STT. Because a report can't point there, that means those worlds are unhintable, so that report has to look for some other thing to hint. It has to look for some other information. So just from this tracker, we know, by seeing that Port Royal has 2 hints, there are 3 unhintable worlds, because there are 15 out there, and we're looking for 13 minus 1. Math. So there are 3 unhintable locations.
So
100 Acre Wood, obviously unhintable.
Right.
Sora's
STT.
Levels and STT
Right.
also are the only remaining unhintable locations. Because every other world has something that could be hinted, right? Like, we don't have a hint for Pride Lands on this tracker, but Chicken Little, that could be hinted. So that's fine. We don't care about that one.
Right.
But STT, Sora Levels, and 100 Acre Wood cannot be hinted, which means, specifically if we look at Sora's Levels, that is entirely proofs and reports. But we can't have reports on levels, which means it has to be a proof. So this is one of the very, very rare times. This is actually the first time I've ever seen it happen in what I'll call a normal seed. I've seen this happen when 5 or 6 worlds are turned off. But I've never seen it happen when most of the worlds are on. You know, we've got everything except for the world that never was.
So just to
in
recap
these settings.
here, you're saying that the way that the logic works is reports try to hint a different world every time. However, we had this because of the combination of the settings and the roll of this particular seed, with 100 Acre Wood being blue, levels having a proof which cannot be hinted by a report, and STT only having a report, and reports can't hint other reports. Levels, STT, and 100 Acre Wood cannot be hinted, right? So we have 13. We have 13 reports, and how many locations that can be hinted? If I count them up quickly,
in this seed 12, there